Hi guys, Tanner here. I want to talk to you about some things for a bit, okay? Okay. If the state exists in our society, then the state should treat the people properly. Humans have decided one way or another that the state is the proper way to organize society for a while now. This has been the way things have been for a few hundred years now, give or take. The modern state, of course. The modern state is one of authority, exploitation, and overall disdain for the lower classes. The only way for this to change is for the lower classes to liberate themselves. The lower class must realize their situation to liberate themselves, and if they don't, their position is they don't realize their position, they are doomed to be in the same position forever. The lower classes have been in a state of polarization caused by partly the state and capital holders. This polarization has resulted in the erosion of class consciousness as a whole. That must be retained by whatever means necessary. The state, once this starts to happen, will of course realize what is going on. They're smart after all, and do whatever it takes to remain in power. This usually consists of violence, but not always. As of recently, the one thing the state has been doing is using media to kind of nullify the brains of the masses. The state does this by the propaganda model of communication, and this has been very much successful, and that is terrifying in my opinion. America has become a country of hogs who now rely on the hand that feeds them. The classes have submitted to capital. We cannot allow this to continue if we are to continue as a nation of the free. This has to come to an end. But are we willing for that to happen? The state has long abused us, but can we reclaim what once was a nice life? I personally do not think so. I think that Americans will continue to consume and consume and consume their products all day as other countries get worse and worse and worse, and we consume. These hogs will allow for the genocide of many to come, and they'll just say, hey, at least it wasn't me. But eventually our time will come, and I fear that once again, we will submit ourselves into our fates. This terrifies me, and I cannot tell you enough how much this does. But there may be hope, if a sliver of it. People are becoming more and more aware that things aren't right, and that is cool. But I've got to tell you, sometimes I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, man. This country is completely batshit insane sometimes, and I don't know how to cope with it, I'm gonna be honest. Not to mention I'm in school, so I cannot do much about the whole scenario. Basically, all I can do is sit and watch as things unfold, and oh boy, they're coming together like two trains colliding. I'm scared, fearful, and alone. What can I do? What can we do? Really, what can we do? Our values only allow us to go so far. We eventually have to practice what we preach, right? But people think that what I do is akin to the devil, and I can't handle that. This went from a normal rant to a cry for help, but not for me, but for the American people. We're fucked, man. I don't think I can handle our nation, let alone I can't handle this anymore. I stress about everything. If this is a test, I'd like to